All right, switching gears now. It's the time of the morning. We're going to bring in Dr. Joel Conn from the Pismo Beach Veterinary Clinic for another edition of Ask the Vet. And we're going to have to bring up a topic here that inevitably comes up with pet ownership, unfortunately, is pet loss. I know it's always
That's right. And during the holidays, it tends to be a more common thing for owners to have to face, end-of-life decisions with their pets. And one of the things that I think is important to understand is that intense grief with dealing with pet loss is normal. And I think a lot of people feel kind of silly being upset about their dog or their cat or even their hamster or gerbil. But intense grief is normal. These guys are provide unconditional love and support in your life, and oftentimes become an important member of the family.
Definitely.
Expect to feel guilt. Totally normal. And this is, I think, the first emotion that most people experience, especially if they're the ones having to make the decision. Denial, anger at your pet's illness, anger at, could you have done something differently, anger at your veterinarian. And those are normal feelings to work through. And I think the most important thing is to be honest with yourself about how you feel. And express your feelings. Don't hide them away because you feel silly for feeling them. Cry, scream, pound your fists on the floor, talk it out with someone. And I think it's important to find someone you can talk to, because non-pet owners don't always get it.
Right.
They don't understand that human-animal bond that is so strong, sometimes stronger than the human-human bond in some families. I mean, and we see this a lot, unfortunately, in our profession. And it's a very, very tough thing to deal with. One of the things that your veterinarian can help you with is deciding what time is right. Things to look at like quality of life. Is your pet doing the things that used to make them, the things that made them happy, whether it's hanging out with you on the couch at night or going for a walk or playing with their favorite toy or looking forward to the next meal. We can help you make that decision. And then you have a couple of important things to decide when you get to that point. Should you stay? Should you be there at the end? And for a lot of people that's really traumatic, but for others I think it provides a sense of closure, being there with your in your pet's last minute and knowing that they went peacefully and that they're and that it's taken care of, and then logistically how to handle the remains. And there's actually a lot of options. Your veterinarian can help you with this. Shelters can help you with this. There are cremation services where animals' ashes can be returned to you in an urn for you to keep and sometimes even scatter in a place that was special to the pet. You can also, there are pet cemeteries and that kind of thing in this area. It's actually illegal technically to bury your pet on your property, but a lot of people take that option too. Depends on the city that you live in. And then deciding, do you get a new pet? And for most people, the answer is probably should be no. Take time to work through your feelings and get over it before you kind of move on. And when you do get a new pet, take your time about it. Don't make an impulse decision. Don't try to get a look-alike pet, because that's always a tough thing, making those comparisons. And you forget that your 18-year-old pet used to be kind of a naughty puppy, and so that can be a hard relationship initially if you kind of try to get a pet that's the same. In the same way, maybe avoid using the same name.
Yeah, definitely.
There's some great resources. The ASPCA hotline, 877-GRIEF-10, is a support hotline. And then actually Hospice of SLO provides a program called Pet Peace of Mind. This is actually more for people, so that if they're going through hospice themselves, they provide a program whereby the pet will be taken care of even after they pass.
Okay.
And that's a great program.
Valuable resources there. We appreciate Dr. Joel Conn from the Pismo Beach Veterinary Clinic joining us. If you have any questions for Dr. Conn, you can email him at askthevet at KCOY.com. We appreciate that.
Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll be right back. Stay with us.